What's going on, everybody? We have Achilles versus Klayton game 3 of 5 here, and well, we can see here Klayton taking Egypt. You saw what Achilles did with Egypt in game 2, I guess, and I was like, well, I'll take Egypt for a spin 2, and Achilles takes Epirus, who Klayton used in game 1, so a lot of repeat factions here, but the differing matchup, so could be interesting. Let's see how it goes. Got a pretty standard build from Epirus. Yeah, I think it's an interesting build. Well, Hero Spears. That's interesting. His side, well, interesting army there. Galatia, heavy action build. Let's look at the Epirite army here. We've got Samnite Warrior here, Samnite Warrior here, Samnite, and a Royal Peltis, so strong infantry here. That's good. Here you got 4 Thurio Spears, so apparently the counter to Egypt is Thurio Spears. If you're talking to Achilles. And I've got 5 Thessalian Cav, great unit, super effective, super cheap for what they can do, and then an archer and a slinger here, and of course 3 Tarentine Cav. Tarentine Cav coming into their own a lot more, I think, in the metagame in general, just because like the Greek factions don't usually have any other skirmish Cav, and it's kind of helpful to bring them. So there's the Egyptian army. Here is the army of Klayton, Egyptian Cav, Levy Thuros, Egyptian Cav, Ptolemaic. So 3 Egyptian Cav, 2 Ptolemaic Cav. Levy Thuros. I guess it's only 3. So 3 Levy Thuros. 2 Galatian Royal Guard. Now these guys are, I think, actually stats-wise better than Oathsworn. So yeah, too bad Galatia can't have them, I guess. Although that probably make them OP. So yeah, 2 Galatian Royal Guard with 3 Galatian Swords. Yep, those are pretty good medium tier, 470 I think they cost. We got Archer. So 4 archers. We said 3 Levy Thuros, 2 Galatian Royal Guard, 3 of these Galatian Swords, 2 Ptolemaic Cav, including his Gen, who is a, looks like the, I don't know what that one's even called, the leader one. Not strategist and not warrior, the other one. And then he's got 3 Egyptian Cav here. So if you haven't noticed, or he hasn't got any, yeah, he has 2 pikes. I was about to say, where are the pikes at? But yeah, Klayton, apparently a big fan of pikes. Miraculous 2.0 maybe. We'll see. They did work for him in the previous game, where he was Pontus, and now we'll try to do it with Egypt. I think the idea of bringing these Galatian swords is a Galatian Noble Royal Guard, is a good idea for Egypt. I want to see more of that, honestly, because they're so good, and it's just like, you can play them almost as a barbarian faction, right? With, kind of like Nervii, I would say, because you have these, like, medium tier swords that aren't great, but then you have these elite tier swords that are good, and then you can bring Levy Thuros, one of the best spear units in the game, because they throw those javelins and they cost so little, and then you have, I mean, their Cav is weak, that's the problem with Egypt. Egyptian Cav kind of suck. Ptolemaic Cav are good, but they're expensive. They don't have, they could bring Tarentine Cav? I don't really remember, but maybe they can. But, so we'll see how this works out. 4 archers against the 2 of Epirus should be a favorable engagement. And he'll shoot at the general. Like this. Yeah. Royal Pelt is really weak against missiles, so that could be good. He goes for a charge against the Levy Thuros, and there's so much support here. This is not, although, ooh, he's just gonna rout them. He's just gonna break them. No counter charge here. And now, here's the problem. Egypt doesn't have skirmish Cav, and Epirus doesn't. This is gonna be a huge problem. How's he gonna deal with this? Meanwhile, focus down this one Egyptian archer. They're not shooting back at his slinger and archer here, so they're not gonna do any damage. Whoa. Okay, that's not what I'm gonna do. Meanwhile, big flank fight. Ptolemaic Cav is getting a charge onto these 2 Thessalians, absolutely destroying them. Looks like he maybe sacrificed his Egyptian Cav to get his Ptolemaic Cav in better. And then he sends in a Levy Thuros, but this should be a really favorable engagement for the Egyptians, so that's nice. Meanwhile, though, Tarentines, proving a huge hassle for these Egyptian Cav. And look at this, Ptolemaic Cav's dead. These Thurio Spears got some javelins off here, that's really nice. Now these Levy Thuros is going to try to come back and do the same. We'll be able to do a lot of damage to this no shielded shot Cav here. Meanwhile, this Ptolemaic general is still doing a lot of work here. This Levy 3 arrows. That's not, I don't know what that was about. I guess they're in square. So he's gonna leave these guys be like, yeah, you guys can go in square. We're just gonna go past you, which is a smart play. Meanwhile, yeah, this is not a good fight for him. I don't know why he's gonna take this engagement for free. Really, these Galatian swords against these. And this is all falling apart for Egypt. Klayton not using his pikes at all. That's the real problem here. He just charged straight up. He had the better cav too. At least he had like 2 Ptolemaic calves. So why not try to engage? If you're going to engage up the middle, you might as well try to use your Ptolemaic calves to do so, right? Because they're going to get the charge. You can't just charge your Galatian swords into Samnites and expect to win. It's not going to work, right? And now the superior infantry of Epirus paying off here. All he's got left are some 30 spears for support and some pikes, but his archers are all dying because of how he didn't engage the enemy archers here to let them focus fire. He killed one, and now look how much calves on the field for Epirus. Epirus is able to overwhelm on this flank. Look at all these Epirite flags there. They're going to do a ton of damage here. Looks like it's got 3 Thessalian and 3 Tarentines, just wrecking house. Samnites are going to face off against some Galatian Royal Guard. Now the Galatian Royal Guard are doing well for themselves, and we'll consider this is a great engagement for him. This is going to look good for Egypt in the short term here, because his general has managed to clean up the center here. Now the left has been won by Achilles. The center has been won by Klayton here because of the great work of his general here, coming in from the flank and just cleaning up. And meanwhile, remember this Thurio spear was here. He pulls them out of the square, goes behind this engagement, and just fires into the back with javelins. Meanwhile, this Galatian Royal Guard doesn't give anything about these Samnite warriors here. Meanwhile, though, this other Galatian Royal Guard will go down. You can see the javelins in the back. Another well played here by Achilles, doing the same thing Klayton did over here. But meanwhile, the real problem is the Egyptian cavalry is running rampant in the back lines. Or not the Egyptian, I should say the Epirite cav there. It's just running rampant in the back lines. But he's got a pike unit here, and I really think he can make a battle of this. He needs to just focus fire here and kill these Tarentine cav. His Egyptian cav is engaged. Friendly fire javelins, they're not really that good. Egyptian cav will rout. He's got this pike unit that's just facing off. He needs his general, and his general's coming. His general's still at 55 men. This could be good. He's got a Galatian Royal Guard exhausted. This is why he brings strategists. But if his general gets a charge in here, this could be good. Now he can't really. The problem is there's this Samnite warrior here. He's gonna get so much good fire here. If he kills these 3 Tarentine cav, I don't see much cav left on the field. And meanwhile, these Galatian Royal Guard are doing so much damage here. Samnites probably should win it in the end. Not necessarily though. Just gets the charge into the archers here. Yeah, this could be not good. This full Ptolemaic cav and full Galatian Royal Guard should spell disaster for Epirus. And man, these games have not been going the way I've been trying to predict them. I could not have seen this coming if I tried. It's just that these units got isolated here for Epirus, and that really screwed them over. Now he uses the Fear General. Oh no, he uses Flaming Arrows. Great move there. That's really smart. And that should rout, and actually Egypt wins against Epirus. I was not expecting that in the slightest, but he didn't do well on this flank, but he sure did well on the other flank, man. He really tore it up on that side and he won the battle, actually. I was expecting the Egypt to get slaughtered there, especially after they lost the left flank so easily. Or the Egyptian right, the Epirite left so easily, but in the end, that was a great play from Klayton, actually. Especially on the right side of the screen there, where he uses a Thurio spear to shoot in the back, and this is clearly the one that did it, because he got a lot of kills against the enemy cav. Enemy cav passes, he just comes and shoots in the back. That's great play, and it really was one of the key deciding factors. You can see Galatian swords did absolutely nothing. But his 2 Galatian Royal Guards and his general, 3 units that you'd expect to get a lot of kills. Maybe also this Ptolemaic cav, which I clearly fucked up with, but that's okay, because I mean, he's got about 500 kills right here, 600 kills with these 3 units, and you know, his other Egyptian cav got killed enemy archers and slingers. His archers also did a good job, just shooting the backs of men, especially those Tarentine cav later in the battle. You can see, not a terrible display, honestly, from the Epirite forces, to be honest. The problem was his general just got slaughtered. I didn't see that, to be honest. I should have caught that. But I don't know how his general just died so easily. Now, Royal Pelts are susceptible to missile fire, but I don't think these guys were focusing this guy. Maybe they were. They were at the start of the battle, but it wasn't that effective. And maybe it got more effective later on, so that was really interesting. how Egypt turned that around. It was a close battle for sure. But I definitely didn't expect it, so well played to Klayton. Good game, and we'll see you guys in the next battle, game number 4 or 5. Thanks for watching, see you guys next time.